Hi, this is the FMQ from Personal Development Unplugged. And if you're new to this, your first time of listening, hey, welcome, glad you're here. The FMQ is called a 5-minute quickie, where 5 minutes of advice for personal development to help you think maybe a little deeper and give you a few tips of just doing what you do best, which is you. And then, obviously, if you like longer issues to think about, longer podcasts, I have the general ones, and they're about 20 minutes long. So enjoy, and just be here, because it's my pleasure, and hopefully it'll be yours too. Personal development, unplugged. Hey, and welcome to the 5-minute quickie. And today I want you to sit back and think in a way that you've come a long way. You've come a long way in this. Well, you've come a long way in life, haven't you? Because you started out as a little baby, and now you're the you are today. And you're made up of a load of experiences, but more importantly, you're made up of a load of learnings. And when you're in this personal development genre, you're trying to develop yourself by learning new things. So I always think it's good if you just sit down with your Jenny journal. Yes, I know, I love my Jenny journal. But sit down with Jenny, open a nice blank page, and maybe just recall what you have learned. Because sometimes we forget, and we say things like, I did the podcast of in knowledge there's power, which we know there isn't. It's the action of the knowledge. But to know what you know before you take even more action. And it's a good thing to do that. And you can do that by, just going through, making some bullet points of the things that you've achieved, the things that you've learned. See what you can remember. And then if you go through your books, your library, because I'm sure like me, you'll have a massive library, and go through that library and just notice the things that jump out at you to remind you what you've already learned. And so we're telling our unconscious mind, reminding us and getting the good feeling of just knowing that we've learnt some really powerful processes, some ways of changing ourselves, progressing ourselves, and achieving things. And then as you do that, you might notice in that library of yours, if you were to read one of those books again, I guarantee you, in the old Cluffy guarantee, the old Personal Development Unplugged guarantee, you'll learn even more. Because what happens is, when you're reading or learning for the first time, because, you don't know, you're picking up the first level of knowledge. And then when you have that first level of knowledge, when you go back and review that book, because you already know that, you'll be able to pick up a second level or third or fourth. It's amazing how many times you reread something that you find even more knowledge, even more learnings, and make a note of them. And, stop and think, how can I use this? How can I use this information? Because when you start asking that type of question, where can I use this? What can I use this for to improve my life or find my goals or, to share? When you ask these wonderful, powerful questions, life gets even richer. And your Jenny journal gets thicker. And the thing is, as you write this down and write the things that you've learnt in this life of yours, it's going to spur you to do more things. It's also, you have to remember as well. By just thinking about it, you have to remember. And then think about how you can use this stuff. Because I know that you've learnt a tremendous amount. And if you're like me, you know a lot, but you don't actually use it all. And it gets me sometimes. I sit there and go, I don't use everything I learnt. Now, maybe I use a lot more than I think unconsciously, but I want to be consciously aware of it too. So I've got to set my own conscious goals to do things consciously, and also reinforce my unconscious mind to do it as well. So again, these are why I use my Jenny journal to ask those type of questions, to think back and go, maybe there's a process that I haven't fully utilized. So I'll go and think about it, revisit it, and then just wonder when will be the best time to use this again. And lo and behold, you never guess it. But the next client that comes in, you go, oh man, this is just right. So how did that all work? Yeah, I know. Something inside me maybe put it there. It was going to work anyway. But that client, that issue just seemed to dovetail together. And it made so much sense to use it. And the results were wonderful. So what have you learnt? And when you notice all the things that you've learnt, and then all the things you can improve upon or carry on learning with the library and the knowledge that you've got, begin to wonder, if this is my level, what's my next level? Where am I going to take this to? How can I use the things I know? And how will it create the wonderful generative world of learning that we could share with other people and create the world we all want to be a part of? So anyway, that's it from me. That's it from me with this 5-minute quickie. Jenny Journal, get to see what we've already learned, because it is time to remember and then use that knowledge as power, because we're going to use it with action. That's when it becomes so powerful. Powerful for us, powerful for others. And in doing that, I know you're going to learn even more. And your self-development, your self-improvement is going to come on leaps and bounds. Because the confidence and the self-esteem that you'll get by just looking back at your achievements over the past is going to create massive impetus to go out into the future and find even more. There you go, something to think about. As usual, have more fun than you can stand. Enjoy and just love every heartbeat of joy. And I wonder if you can, make somebody's day. And that somebody's you. That's right. Be a little bit selfish and make your day. And in being that selfish, you'll make others' day even more better. Enjoy. Have more fun than you can stand. Hey, and just before you go, if you spare a moment, just a short reminder that, our friends don't always tell us how they're feeling. And it may be a great thing to do that just share this podcast, or if you know of a podcast which they would appreciate, it would be really good. And if you really want to get every single episode of the PDU, Personal Development Unplugged podcast, just go to iTunes and subscribe. There's a subscribe button there, and it'll come on your device with every new episode. And there's probably 2 a week. I've done 2 a week for a long time now. And if you're really, 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 really feeling kind, if you feel that kind, you could just leave a review in that place where it says reviews, which is a good place to put a review. If you're interested in finding out a bit more what I do, maybe working or whatever, you can see all the type of things I do on my website, paulclough.co.uk. There's also paulcloughonline.com, where I do my personal development programs and hypnosis tracks, things that are not here. And if you really want to ask me a question, paul@paulclough.co.uk. That's my email. Okay. I look forward to hearing from you, seeing you, speaking with you, and enjoy your day. Have more fun than you can stand, wallow in happiness, and shine brightly. Bye-bye now. Personal development, unplugged.